Hi, welcome to sort of a midweek video where I want to review how week by week episode 2 Obsession went. I don't like the way that the video turned out compared to week by week episode 1. I was really trying to be kind of professional, like those videos that you find when you scroll your For You page, or maybe you're scrolling Reels, and I hope not YouTube Shorts. But because I was trying to feign that professionalism, I lost the charm of the amateur that I am. And that's why I think the difference between week by week episode 1 personally and week by week episode 2 was so vast, because I was trying to follow a script, and every time that I messed up the script, I would pause and then retake the video from the very, very top until I got one long take. So this video is just to talk about how I feel about each point in the video, and I'll be talking over the video when I do it. So I've got it here on my other monitor, and I'm just gonna pull it up. So here's the video right now, and I'm just gonna play it and go straight ahead. But before I do, there's something I want to test. Okay, I downloaded this sort of marker so I can write on it. So let's go ahead and play.
Do you ever
Okay, first of all,
yourself looking at
I walked
someone
off
and
screen.
thinking, wow, they're just really nice.
Why did I do that? And I
Or
started talking.
that's a really nice car they got.
This is also
Maybe they're just
one
so
of the
random
moments that I was talking about where it's scripted. This beginning is essentially entirely scripted, where I did like 7 takes. And you can tell that it's not how I talk. Well, maybe you can't, but I can't.
Watch a Netflix show.
But I do like the analogy, right? Like you see another person and you get really like jealous of them, and then I personally go home and I waste my time, and I always come back to asking myself, man, I wish I was like them. That was the point I was trying to get across.
Welcome back to Week by Week. This is a video series where
I do like the hi, my name. I like the saying hi, my name's Jay. I read that it's good to like always be like, what is it? This is my week by week. This is what the reason is, like why I'm doing the video, and then what the topic of this one is. Ooh, this is also another scripted moment. Wait, I'm gonna pause right here. This is another scripted moment that I really liked, because give me 1 second, let me get rid of this. It's very amateur, and I like that. It's endearing, and I can't undo anymore. I think this is how I trash the whole screen. Okay, there we go. Anyway, this is like a really amateur thing that I enjoyed editing, because it's simple, but it gets my point across, and it's engaging to the eyes. You know, I say Steve Jobs, Michael Jordan, Nikola Tesla, and there's a point I'm trying to get across here, that these people were obsessed, and that's the whole point of this video, right? And they were successful. They're obsessed, they're successful. How do we take from what they learn? But the way that I'm saying it is so scripted that I hated it. Again, all these gaps that I'm having, and the looking away, man. You're gonna notice how many times I look away in the camera, because I'm trying to think, hey, what was my script? As opposed to like when I was ad-libbing with Week by One, I think I was more looking, well, I was looking away to think. This, I hate this part. I love the definition, but I didn't even practice it. This was the first take that I said the definition in, because I was like, screw it, I'm gonna put it in. And I didn't even say it right. So I put it up in the editing.
Me personally, I felt being obsessed with something before.
And then I was advised, like, oh, you know, make it relatable. Bring it to like your own life. How are you obsessed? And I was obsessed, but it just didn't come out good.
I sit in front of my computer and I play video games for hours. And so I did, and I learned some coding. I became obsessed with like art
and then I use the word obsessed in the sentence, and that's what I'm thinking about here. This is what I'm talking about trailing off, by the way. Like, I look away, and I'm just trailing on and on and on and on. Like, can I get to the point already?
That I wasn't actually obsessed with the creating. I was more so obsessed with the escapism that video games gave me. So, from this story, there are bad types of obsession.
I love this part. But I hate, like, the whole, like, escapism, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's true, it didn't come out well. This isn't aligned, but I think that's fun, like, amateur-wise.
But it could be bad. Like, I put a lot
again,
of
trailing off.
and effort into trying to
so do I script, or do I not script? Or do I just mentally think to myself, hey,
games that I was playing, and
cut it back?
I put a lot of effort into it.
I think this is fine to do. Put a note in afterwards when I realize I made a kind of mistake.
What I do know is that in the back of my head during these I always had like a nah. Talk about good obsession. I want to bring an example of how this is going to be a part of my obsession. Now, I'm not going
Take
to
a shot every time I mention obsession.
saying that making videos is what I'm obsessed with, because there's another thing that I am. It's sort of the direction that my life's going. But
And I didn't even know what to say I was obsessed about. But like,
are about direction that I can talk about good obsession is like. So the first thing,
and this is me trying to be like, okay, I have to get onto my good obsession, right? I mean, maybe I should have chained them together, like do the bad, ba ba ba, do the good, ba ba ba. And this should have been the word will, not interest, right? Because I said it, that was the first time I said it in that take.
You know, not something that you intend. And the third thing that good obsession does is that you feel a reward from it. Now, it doesn't have to be a big reward. It can be, but that'll go into what I'm going to talk about next.
I gotta learn transitions.
So when you do find your good obsession,
like,
how do you become obsessed? Because you can't just say,
I think the part that I hate is coming up.
I am now obsessed with it. It doesn't work like that. Obsession is somewhat of a snowball effect.
It's right here.
Where it starts small and it'll roll and roll and roll and roll and roll.
I mean, is this good?
Massive.
It looks nice, but it's like the only time in the video I do that.
It's always a learning process. And the first step is obsession. Right? So, serious.
I do like this.
Turn your thoughts into reality.
Oh my god. Like this, there was, you know, like I was trying to say, you think about something a lot, and then eventually you're gonna start doing that thing, and then that thing is gonna give you a result, and then that's gonna make you better, and then that is gonna loop all the way back to this, and then that's how you get obsessed with something, and I don't know. It just didn't go exactly the way that I thought it was gonna be.
My obsession is going to be the direction that my life is going. I want it to go into a SPAT 50K.
This I did do. This I really like. That I described what I had done. I feel like it shows the progress.
There's a photo of a plane because I want to travel. A photo of some code because while I wasn't directly like...
Yap. This is the yap session. This is the... Like, I'm talking about this, and then I start talking about coding for like another 30 seconds. I even put it in the... That's when I knew I was upset, but I needed to get this video out, so I had to just do it quickly.
I have a TFSA photo because I want to start learning about investing, not just the TFSA, because I think that it has some potential.
Yap again.
Very good for finance. Slowly action it, little by little, to the point where it's all that your life is creating the momentum towards, and then before you even know it, you're gonna realize you're obsessed with whatever.
And then, like I mentioned, like momentum again, which is just snowball, which I already said, and I'm like, hey, where do I transition to my next part? And then I mentioned obsession again, and it's just...
I told myself last Sunday that I was only gonna record on Sundays, but on Monday I was thinking...
And then I started talking about my video, like, bro, just start talking about what you did.
I wanted to see my niece, and so yesterday I went and I visited. I made this goal board, which I've been putting in my product.
Mention the goal board again, and then I mentioned the product planner for some reason.
I wanted to learn
because I'm trying to like fill the words with fill the space with words.
So I've been learning 2 new. What else did I do?
And then I feel like this is the moment where I was like, okay, I have to start doing cuts. Cuts.
What I want to do, and it's going to be a...
Someone wants to watch a guy sit and think.
So putting in those steps every day really help. But as long as I do like these little things, so that I have something.
And then I don't even come up with like something that I did. I just started talking about like, yeah, you know, as long as I do some little stuff.
There's 2 types.
I think the recap is good.
You gotta learn how to.
But then I start talking about something new again because I realized I forgot it because it was something that was in the script.
Or how to become obsessed with something. So bad obsession, it takes your time, takes your effort, gives you nothing back. Good obsession.
This is how it should have been. You know, just like
and you get
saying
a return on the actions that you're doing. And then that's once you decide, hey, this is actually my good obsession, how do you do it? You just start. So
this is like where the amateur comes in and it's really good.
Watch a YouTube video, make a
but this is the recap.
And start working towards your goals. Once again, my name's Jay. This has been Week by Week.
I don't know why I said once again.
Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you next week.
So that was it. That was the video that I reviewed. Like I said, I talked a lot about me trailing on. Gotta cut back on that. Me trying to be professional and losing the amateur charm. I did talk about how I didn't like the edit, but in post, I like the rolling edit. But in post, I kind of do like how amateur it was. And, I just wanted to try out one of the editing like features on the program that I was using, because you got to start somewhere. But yeah, so maybe I'm gonna cut back on scripts. I'm going to talk more about what I did instead of like a topic as well, because that topic, if I don't feel educated on it, I get nervous because I feel like someone's watching this and they're gonna try to be educated, or someone's gonna watch it and be like, this is some really bad advice. Thanks for watching my review of Week by Week episode 2. If after all that you're still interested in seeing the full Week by Week video, click right here. If not, I'll see you for episode 3.